That's right. I traded golden and silver age keys for a stack of mostly modern books. Stay tuned.
Bry's Comics.
My biggest slab show yet on Whatnot, Friday, January 13th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. $1 starts on everything you see here. We're also giving away 10 CGC slabs, and you have a shot at $500 cash. So the way it works is if you win 2 of the giveaways in this show, you get to spin the wheel. On that wheel is 10 spots, 9 premium slabs, and 1 spot for $500 in cash. And also, we're going to step it up a notch in this show. Every single purchase that you make gets you an entry onto a separate wheel. At the end of the show, we're going to spin that wheel, and the winner of that is going to spin the prize wheel. So the prize wheel will definitely be spun one way or another. I'm not even halfway through this box, and the slabs keep coming. I hope to see you there. Link in the description for $15 towards your first purchase, and I will have some items in the Buy It Now for $15, so you can stop by and pick up a free book. Hope to see you there. And we also have a monthly giveaway here on the YouTube channel. If you subscribe, comment, and like, you're entered to win a free slab. And if you head over to bryscomics.com and sign up for the newsletter, you're entered to win a free slab over there. This month, a 12-cent fantastic 4-book valued at around $250. That's where you get first access to new collections and new inventory like the books you're going to see in this video and discount codes. If you don't see any of the books that are in this video on the website, that means that they're going to be brought to Whatnot for that show on Friday. And I really hope to see you there. That's going to be a banger of a show. So let me go over a little bit about how trades work with me, because each dealer is a little bit different with trades, and I could usually trade for pretty much anything that's over like $1,000 on the website. I like to keep it $1,000 or more, because if you start trading for $100, $200 books, it ends up being first of all, you lose a lot of value in the shipping costs, and then it just ends up being more work than it's worth. But sometimes there are exceptions to that. If there's a book that's sitting on the website that it interests you, that I just haven't moved in a while, I may be interested in trading for that. In fact, one of the trades in this video was a situation like that for books valued a little bit less than $1,000. Typically for the trade value, I add on about 10 to 20%, somewhere in there for the books, and it's all very specific to the trade. It depends on the trades. If I have a very desirable key, worth $5,000, and you want to trade me 25 books that are way less desirable, I might need to increase my increase in price on the trade value because of that, because for the less desirable books, I like to keep things moving, and I'm going to have to discount those to move them quickly, so I need to make up for it there. So it's all very specific to the books involved in the trade, and it's all about keeping things moving. I like to keep my inventory moving. I like to have fresh stuff coming through the shop. So the first trade in this video was for Green Lantern number 7, the first appearance of Sinestro in a 7.0. I valued that book at around $2,000. The most recent sale for that book at the time of posting it was $2,800, but then there was a 7.5 sale that came in around $2,000. So I had it listed at $2,000 for the 7.0. And so with the 10% off coupon, that would come to $1,800, which I thought was a fantastic price, but I wasn't getting, any interest on it all. I have a really hard time selling DC keys. I mean, I've been doing this for years, and DC keys, whether they're modern, silver, bronze, they are more difficult to move. So I offered it up for trade for about 10% increase in value, and was able to make it happen. They're definitely, so the trade that I did for this one, I think was a fantastic trade for the buyer. They're not like top tier books that I traded for. They're, a lot of them are not 9/8, and so I will probably bring a lot of them to Whatnot, and I'd probably be lucky to get $2,000 out of it, probably get closer to that 1,800. So it's probably, pretty much an even trade. And I think it's a great opportunity for people, even if it's a book like a tough to sell DC key, like the first appearance of Sinestro. As a collector, I would rather personally trade in like 15 of my mid-level or low-level keys for one mega key, even if I'm not into Green Lantern. It's just to be able to beef up your collection, consolidate it down. So the second trade was for Action Comics 252, the first appearance of Supergirl, and this one is crazy. I had it listed for $4,000, so with the 10% off, that would have been $3,600. I didn't get any interest in it at all, not even any offers. I had it up on eBay as well, and I thought, for sure this book's next sale is going to be less than the $4,000 sale. There was only one sale in 2022 for this grade, and it was $4,000. And I thought, man, if another sale comes in, it could come in at $3,000 in this market. Who knows? So I offered it up for even value trade. I had it valued at $4,000. I said, I'll trade it for $4,000 worth of books. And then I just checked before doing this video. The most recent sale for that book just came in January for $4,895. So I was shocked. That's a very strong sale for that book in that grade in this market. It is what it is. And I think it's a great trade again for the buyer. Now he has instant equity. He traded, whatever it was, about 10 books for the one Action 252, even money. And now he has instant equity. The most recent sale was $895 more. So the last trade was for 2 Golden Age books that I had on the site. These, I believe, are the last 2 books from Matthew Monos's collection. They've just been sitting on the site. Really cool books. I discounted them. I even offered the 20% off discount code on my website, and they still didn't sell. So when somebody reached out to me and said, do you want to trade for those 2 books? I honestly didn't even look up the prices of the books that he sent. I'd done a trade with him in the past, and when he said he was interested in those, I said, yeah, I'll do it. I don't even need to look them up. That's fine. Let's do the deal. Even if it was even money, even if I was taking a little bit of loss on the money, they'd been on the site for a long time. I've done videos to promote it. I had a 20% off coupon. A lot of eyes had seen it and it still hadn't sold. So it's what else do I do at that point? The only thing left to do would be to either send it to auction or bring it to Whatnot auction. And I could have done that with these, but those are the type of books that would just get absolutely slaughtered at a Whatnot $1 start because they're just so niche. And so I was happy to do it, and I think it was a fantastic trade. Again, for the buyer, they're really cool, rare, obscure books, and you're trading in, common keys for something that's incredibly rare. I think it's a great trade. One of them's even from the personal collection of William Gaines. And with an LB Cole cover from the Golden Age. That's just so awesome. I'm surprised that nobody was interested in it at such a great price, 20% off. But let's take a look at these books. All right, so here's the stack of books, guys. Again, it was for the first appearance of Sinestro, Green Lantern number 7. We traded it for this stack of books. Amazing Spider-Man 365 and a 9.4 white pages, first appearance of Spider-Man 2099. Edge of Spider-Verse 2 in a 9.0 white pages, first appearance of the new Spider-Woman in Gwen Stacy. Adventures of Superman number 463, 9.4 white. A Superman number 199 cover homage. X-Men number 49, the first appearance of Polaris in a 3.5. It would have graded a lot higher, but it has some staining that goes through the entire book, as you can see here, and they really mark it down for that. Otherwise, it probably would have been more like a 5.5 or a 6 even. X Factor number 6 in a 9.4 white pages, first full appearance of Apocalypse. Hulk number 1, first cover appearance of the Red Hulk, and first cameo of Red Hulk, 9.4 white. Sandman number 1, 8.5 white pages, first appearance of Morpheus. Superman Man of Steel number 18, first full appearance of Doomsday. A couple copies here of Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2 number 36. Legacy number 477. This is the 9/11 World Trade Center story. And we have a 9.6 and a 9.2. Tough book to get in 9.8, obviously, because it's all black cover. Silver Surfer Volume 3, number 50, classic Silver Surfer cover from 1991. Origin of Silver Surfer retold, Thanos appearance, and embossed silver foil cover. This is the newsstand edition. Such a cool book right there. And these 2 books are the biggest books of the batch. Spider-Man number 1, newsstand edition, signed by Todd McFarlane. And we have 2 9.8s. A comic book shop can never have too many copies of this book, which is why I'm happy to add these as well. Spider-Man number 1, the silver edition in 9.8. We have 1, 2, and 3 copies of that. All right, so this stack of books is for the trade that I did for Action Comics number 252 in a CGC 6.0, the first appearance of Supergirl. I valued that book at about $4,000, and this stack is also valued at about $4,000. This book is just so freaking awesome to see. In a 9.4, signed and sketched by Kevin Eastman here. This is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 2, first appearance of April O'Neil and the Mousers. And it's the first print, and the grader's notes on this say spine stress lines. And it's really hard to see through the case. Also, I got a new camera that I'm still figuring out, so I can't figure out how to get a close-up of this and have it be in focus, but it is really difficult to see any spine ticks on this. The problem with these magazine cases is it's not always easy to see the spine ticks through the case, especially with this little clip right here that holds the book in place. So you know, I'm sure that they are there. They also might be in these areas that have white and stuff that are disguised really well. But nonetheless, a really awesome book there. Batman Damned number 2 in a 9.9, mint condition, white pages. Edge of Spider-Verse number 2 in a 9.8, white pages, first appearance of the new Spider-Woman as Gwen Stacy. Thor God of Thunder number 2, first appearance of Gore the God Butcher. Tank Girl number 1, this has got to be one of the best modern covers by Jamie Hewlett. Dark Horse Comics from 1991 and 9.2, such an awesome cover. Department of Truth number 2 to 9.6, this is one of the incentives for that. Venom Lethal Protector number 1, the gold foil edition with a verified signature by Mark Bagley, such an epic collectible. Avengers number 43, the first appearance of the Red Guardian in a 4.5. Amazing Spider-Man number 101 in a 5.5, first appearance of Morbius and the last 15-cent issue. This book has definitely not been cleaned or pressed. As you can tell on the back here, you can see a lot of soiling and stuff. I think that could get a grade bump, possibly up to a 6.5 if it was cleaned and pressed, but would that really be worth it when you factor in the grading and shipping fees and the time invested? A 1-point grade bump. I'll put up on the screen how much of a value increase that would be, so it'd be interesting to see if that would be worth it or not. Eternals number 9 in a 9.8, white pages. And Superboy number 68 in a 5.0, origin and first appearance of Bizarro. This one's going to need to be reholdered because there's a couple pieces of plastic there and a crack down here in the corner of the case. So this is a separate trade that I did. These 2 Golden Age books plus these 2 Golden Age Raw books for this stack of modern books. And to show you the Golden Age books, these are really cool. I've had this on the site for a little while, which is why I was willing to make this trade. But this is 4-color number 291 from 1950, and it's got a qualified label because it's an error printing. I really wish that they wouldn't do green qualified labels when it's a desirable printing error. I think that green labels should be reserved for undesirable, qualifications for a book, but nonetheless, it got the qualified grade because it's manufactured with partial Heroic Comics cover, which is this book right here, and overprinted with partial 4-color 291 cover. So these are the 2 books raw, which is really cool to have them raw. And this is the error edition here. So here you can see on the back cover, you can see this cover, like here's this gentleman here and the chick. You can see the gentleman upside down and the chick upside down right there. And then this is the regular back cover of this book here. So really cool thing that came from Matthew Monos' collection that's now going to PCAT over on Instagram. You guys should give him a follow if you aren't already. He has a really cool collection, always posting really cool rare Golden Age obscurities. I really enjoy following his page to see what he finds out there in the wild. And so these both are going to his collection. And this is the other one that's part of it, Super Animals #1. It's a 5.5 from the personal collection of William Gaines. It's an LB Cole cover from 1953 with the 3D glasses included. Just such an awesome and rare book there. And so here are the modern and a few others that I traded for those two books. Black Panther #3, first appearance of Tosin Oduye. Avengers 684 with the custom label, first Immortal Hulk. Avengers #70, the origin of Squadron Sinister. Spider-Man Spider Shadow #1, the Suion black and white variant with the custom label. Kingpin #1, here's an Esad Rivet cover that you don't see sell too often. Killmonger #2 in a 9.6. This is the 1 in 25 Jeff DeCall, just an absolute ghost of a book. Power Pack #1 from 1984, origin and first appearance of the Power Pack. Annihilation Conquest #6 in a 9.8. All New Captain America #1, the Pekeli variant. And The Woods #1, another kind of hard to find book from Boom Studios. So there you have it, guys. Don't forget to follow me over on Whatnot for that amazing show that's coming up on Friday. If you're watching this the week that it comes out, we also have that giveaway here on the YouTube channel. Subscribe, comment, and like, and follow me over on Instagram for Trades for Grails and other fresh content over on Instagram. And lastly, we have that monthly giveaway over at brycecomics.com. If you sign up for the newsletter, you're entered to win that. Thank you as always for sticking with me to the end of the video. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
Bryce Comics.